it's Kurt. So I'm shooting up, and I've just run into an issue, and I realize that this is my last little bit of tea, but I just opened this last week, so I should at least have a couple more shots. But that means I have to go to the doctor, and you know when you're like running out, and you have to go on bended knee and say, "Dear Doc, I know that I'm a terrible patient and I owe like all of you guys tons of tests and shit to try to save my life, but I don't want to go get them. Uh, can you give me my testosterone?" Yep, I'm about to have to do that. But for now, I got tea, and I'm about to shoot up, and I got a pink Band-Aid. It's cotton candy flavored. And I, uh, I just want to say something quick about Dave Chappelle. I watched The Closer, and I loved it. I don't like stand-up comedy, but I'll say that I loved it because it was Dave Chappelle. He's a cool guy. Thank God for Half Baked. It's one of my favorite movies. Um, but I just want to mention that Dave Chappelle said that he was transphobic and then said a bunch of transphobic shit, but at least he labeled all that transphobic shit that he was saying transphobic in doing so. And now we can have a conversation about transphobia and how lots and lots of cis people are transphobic. They don't even know what the word cis means, but I like the fact that cis people don't know what the word cis means because it means I can call them sissies and they don't know that I'm talking about them. Um, but anyway, now we can have this conversation about transphobia and how it affects us. Also, Dave Chappelle, I don't know how you know that I pee out of my ass. And then I make up words during arguments. Are you in my mind? I do make up words during arguments. And I will continue to make up words until my people are freed and we're allowed to go to Transylvania, where we'll just live in harmony. All the trannies together. I'm gonna be out of testosterone. Kurt's gotta go. This is so sad. You know, when you're all out. It's okay, they keep telling me that I'm high and. Well, not in the that sense, but in the tea sense. I'm high on tea. But I think it's just because my balls dropped. And that's like the trans manifestation of it. I'm not that high on tea. My levels are like 11. But I went from like 3 to 11, and I don't know what that means. But I thought that like 30 was like high. Anyway, my balls dropped. I like Dave Chappelle, the closer. I'm out of testosterone, so I have to go beg doctors for it. I don't trust doctors, and I sometimes ghost them because I don't trust doctors. Doctors are untrustworthy bitches. I'm trying to learn how to trust them, but we have lots of history. Doctors saved my life one time. I had meningitis as a baby, but they had to treat me for bacterial and viral because they couldn't talk to me and they didn't know which one it was. So they treated me for both, but they also like murdered my soul when they uh, cut off my dick psychologically at birth by labeling me female. They just took it away from me. And then they gaslit me out of thinking that I was a male. They gaslit me out of being a male. This is my pouting face. This is my oppression. It's all I got. Everything else is perfect for me. I'm pretty happy, but I'm an agoraphobic. I don't talk to people, and I don't trust any of the doctors because they labeled me cis at birth, and I happen to be a tranny. And that's the only impression that I got. Other than that, I'm living the high life. I have tons of drugs. Just kidding. I'm running out, and I'm doing good. And that's not the case for all trans people. So, I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that Dave Chappelle did punch people who were down. But in a nice, friendly way. He was trying to help us. I know it. Because by saying that you're transphobic on not national, but international television is helping people. By saying these are transphobic things that we all think, subliminally at least. You have to be allowed to admit that you are wrong, or that there's some part of you that's wrong or imperfect, because not everyone is perfect. So I read somewhere, I don't know where, one time that the Harambe Code was actually a good thing. You know, the eye for the eye shit. Like, we would think that's terrible. But the whole purpose in that was that, I think this was in the Kabbalah for, like, the Emerald Tablet. They intended for harm to be done, just as the natural cause and effect paradigm, that harm would be done to people, because that's just the way things go. And when other humans cause other people harm, they figured they would be expectant of that and then dole out the punishment as needed, instead to, like, rectify it, and then it's over. Instead, we, like, go to this form of punishment model where it's kind of under the impression that no one will ever do it. And we put these really terrible punishments up so that people won't do these things. You're gonna be canceled if you are at all transphobic ever. And then so people won't ever do it. Versus, I'm gonna cut off your dick if you're transphobic. People might do it. They might be able to get away with not having a huge cock. I don't have a huge cock. I still got it. Just kidding. I don't leave my house. But you get the point, right? I guess it's similar thinking. I'm just not too attached to my cock, so I put it on the table. I don't think I'm making much sense. But there is a point, and that is that TERFs, if you are concerned about a person, a dude, being in your restroom with a dick, I just would like to explain that I am the person with the dick. So be afraid of me. Not the women. Me. I have more penises. Just in my general area. This is on my desk. I didn't prepare. I have one more, but that's a very special one. But dicks. Me. Think of me, not trans women. Me. I have the penis. I'm sorry I had to do that, but that was like important. It's really emasculating when you are a trans man and all over the internet it just says trans women will assault people with their dicks. I am the dicked person. I am the monster. Why aren't you afraid of me? I'm not gonna rape anyone. I'm not obscene. I was raised in femininity. Like, let's get past that. But I do have the monster cocks. And I pee out of my butt. I make up words to win arguments. All these things are true. But this isn't to offend anyone. This is just to state that, like, a lot of ways that we think are necessarily cis supremacist, sissy supremacist, transphobic, and that by Dave Chappelle saying, hey, I'm a transphobe, these are some of the transphobic things I think, he has then labeled something that is inherently transphobic. Also, J.K. Rowling, I forgive you, but just so you know, Harry Potter is a trans man, and Ginny is a trans woman, and that's how they copulated. And it just so happens that the Harry Potter universe is set up such that trans people are labeled correctly at birth because they are really advanced in science and they got that down. And also, trans people automatically get the same puberty, the right puberty, the trans puberty, the same puberty as their cis counterparts with magic because they're really advanced there and they don't get it wrong. So I don't have to get cis supremacist second puberty if I were a wizard because it would have just happened. I wouldn't have to be an agoraphobic that doesn't leave my home and doesn't talk to people because it would have just happened. So that's why I want to be a wizard, but I lucked out. I'm just a muggle. I got the wrong puberty. And now I'm stuck here. An obscenely large oaf. And I need a haircut, but I'm sick. These are all my problems. You should feel sorry for me. Send me money. Just kidding. I don't like money. Don't send it to me. Don't send me money. Send money to someone else. I'm sorry if this offended you. But I'm just trying to point out that we're all cis supremacists. We live in an ableist, white, cis, het, male supremacy. And that's like, okay. Because I'm starting to look more like that every day. I'm kidding. I'm never going stealth. And also, I'm sick, so I'm not that able right now. And that's okay. Anyway, I gotta shoot up my last tee shot before I gotta go suck some dick. Wish me luck. Oh, I just almost picked my nose. I think I did pick my nose. It's fine. It was at 4:20. 14:20. The time marker. You can, like, go back. And you'll see me picking my nose. You can do it slow-mo. Slow-mo nose pick. I'm just saying that the meaning of life is 420 without the 0, and I don't believe in coincidences. That's what I'll leave you with today. Goodbye.